Hey neighbors, Brent here coming to you from the front porch. It's been a couple weeks, but I wanted to touch base with you guys. I've been looking around the building tonight, coming in after hours, so I don't have to wear the helmet and the glasses, of course. But I want to give you a quick update, show you a few things that maybe you haven't seen yet. I also want to make sure that you're aware that, and mark in your calendars, that on Labor Day from 4 to 6 in the afternoon, we're going to actually invite the community in to walk around the space and to say prayers in different sections of the building to prepare us for our entry into the building on our first Sunday, September 8th. Just wanted to show you a couple things as we go. This is that hospitality area where coffee and donuts and so forth will be served. Those barn doors, of course, are on slides. They'll open up so that you can get served, or even better, maybe stand on the other side and help serve. That's the kind of church we want to be anyway. The gymnasium is almost finished here. It looks like maybe there's a couple more pads that aren't quite finished over there. But the gym is basically complete. And I know that my boys are super excited for it to be finished so they can get in here and start shooting hoops. The hallway, of course, down to the nurseries and such are all coming together. But I know that a number of you have said, so what does the room look like where we're going to have our worship? When we meet on Sunday mornings at 8:30 and 9:45 and 11:15 for worship, what's that room going to look like? And so I thought, well, let me show it to you. Well, I'm sure you'd rather see it not in the dark, but in the light. So let me turn on the lights for you. So you can kind of see. It's beautiful. It is humbling to me to stand in this space, to imagine, to wonder about what God's going to do in this place, the work that God's going to do in me, in my own life, the work that I'm going to get to see God do in your life. When people just come and fill this room up, when we gather and we sing songs and we find ourselves experiencing the full pleasure of God just pouring all over us. I'm excited. I cannot wait to get the chairs in here, to get all of you in here, and just to see God go to work, to equip us and train us and prepare us to get out in this community, get out in this world, to make more of who God is known in the world. You know, just a few moments ago, we were standing here in this darkened room, and it was really hard to appreciate a whole lot of anything. And I think that's why Jesus said to us in his very first Sermon on the Mount, you are the light of the world. You are a city on a hill. You who bear my image, you who carry my spirit within you, you are the ones who will bring light into the darkness. And that's what we've been doing. This past week, I was just really graced to be with about 240 friends from across both of our campuses. And we were in Beaumont, and we were serving families we'd never met before, except for one that I had met before. They were my old next-door neighbors. But in each and every case, we went to these homes because they needed a wheelchair ramp, or they needed a new front deck built, or they needed some minor repair, or they needed their house scraped and repainted. And so we'd show up with that as the way in. But the good fruit, the ultimate reasons that we had gone to Beaumont to meet these homeowners and to serve them was to give and to receive the Spirit of God, to give and to receive the goodness of God, to get to know another child of God and to let them get to know us, and to tell stories about how good God has been. Yeah, we showed up and we used our hands and we sweat a lot and we accomplished some great work. But on Thursday night of last week, we let the clients, the homeowners, tell what they experienced during the week. And so many of them began with, I give thanks and glory to God because God brought these strangers into my life to reveal his goodness and to reveal his mercy in my own life, to come. In fact, one person said, and I found it kind of funny, he said, you know, I've got a lot of family. My family will drive hundreds of miles to come and bury a loved one, but they won't even cross the street to help one of us. But you people came from another town. You didn't even know us, and you came to serve. That's what people of faith do. That's who followers of Jesus are in this world. And so we've just spent the last 7 weeks talking about how to be good Christian leaders. I've said to you all 7 weeks that whether you like it or not, and whether you know it or not, people are following you. They're paying attention to you. You have influence in their lives. And if the influence we have in someone's life, if the way that we're leading others is not into the way of Jesus, is not in the direction of mercy and the goodness of God, then we're leading people astray. We're leading them to something else. We're either leading people into the direction of Jesus or away. And so now that we're finished with that sermon series, I just want to continue to encourage you to be light in the world, to be the city on the hill, to be the people who have been infused by God's Spirit, and to make that known and available all around you. This coming Sunday, though, we're going to be shifting gears. We're going to move into a new sermon series that we're calling Godspeed. The basic concept is that we need to slow down and pay attention and notice where God is showing up, to prove to you once and for all, to remind myself that Jesus is always near. Jesus is always available. And so we're going to have some guest preachers coming through. I'm preaching some, others are preaching some, and we're all going to reveal where we have spotted Jesus. In the places where we should have known Jesus would have been found. So I hope you'll come to worship this coming Sunday. We're still going to be across the street at Stewart, 9:30 and 11. Can't wait to be with you. In the meantime, have a great rest of your week, and God bless you. Take care.